All right, so today, let's dive into something
Oh, yeah.
that might not sound super thrilling at first glance.
Okay.
Budgeting, I know can feel like a total buzzkill.
Right.
But what if I told you that mastering your budget
Yeah.
is the secret weapon to achieving your
Mhm.
wildest dreams?
What?
Think about it.
Okay.
That dream vacation, finally ditching those pesky debts,
Right, right.
or just having that sweet, sweet peace of mind
Uh-huh.
that comes with knowing you've got your finances on lock.
Yeah,
That's the power of budgeting.
it is.
And today we're going to explore a bunch of different methods to
Methods.
help you find your perfect financial fit.
That's right. We're going to break down some of the best budgeting methods out there, especially for those just starting out.
Perfect.
We're talking clear explanations, real-life examples,
Yeah.
and maybe even a few laughs along the way.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Let's kick things off with a method that's as simple as it is effective,
Okay.
the 50-30-20 rule. This one is all about balance.
Okay.
It's about making sure you're covering your needs, enjoying life, and setting yourself up for future success.
I like it.
Imagine taking your after-tax income
Okay.
and dividing it into 3 buckets.
Okay. I'm picturing the buckets.
Good.
What goes in each one?
First up, the biggest bucket, 50% for your needs.
Hmm.
We're talking the essentials here, like rent or that mortgage payment, groceries to keep you fueled, those utility bills that keep the lights on, transportation, and anything else you absolutely can't live without. It's about creating a stable foundation for your life.
Got it. So needs are covered.
Yes.
What about the fun stuff?
That's where the second bucket comes in.
Okay.
30% dedicated to your wants.
Yeah.
This is where you can let loose a little.
Uh-huh.
Think dining out with friends, catching the latest blockbuster, those weekend getaways,
Yeah.
or that daily latte that makes your morning a little brighter.
Ooh, yeah.
It's about making sure you enjoy the journey while working towards those bigger goals.
Okay. I like where this is going.
Good.
Needs taken care of.
Yeah.
Some fun sprinkled in.
Yes.
What about that last bucket?
That's for your future self. 20% dedicated to savings and debt repayment. Think of it as an investment in your peace of mind. This is where you build that emergency fund to handle unexpected surprises, start investing for your dream retirement, or tackle any debts that might be weighing you down.
I love how this method gives you permission to enjoy life while still being financially responsible. It's not about deprivation. It's about finding that sweet spot between living in the moment and planning for the future.
Exactly. But keep in mind, these percentages are a starting point.
Right.
You might need to tweak them based on your own unique situation goals and, of course, where you live.
Flexibility is key.
Yes.
Now, for those who love to dive into the nitty-gritty details and really take control of their spending,
Okay.
we've got the zero-based budgeting method.
Yes. The every dollar has a job approach. This method is all about being intentional with your money and making sure every cent is working towards your goals.
It sounds intense,
It can be.
but also kind of amazing. Where do you even begin?
You start by laying it all out on the table.
Okay,
List out all your sources of income, your paycheck side hustles, anything that brings money in.
got it.
Then comes the detail part, identifying every single expense you have. I mean, everything from rent to that monthly streaming subscription.
Wow, okay. So you've got your income and expenses all mapped out. What's next?
Now comes the fun part.
Okay.
You assign a specific dollar amount to each of those expenses, making sure that your total income minus your total expenses equals 0. Hence the name zero-based.
Makes sense. It sounds like a serious exercise in mindfulness.
It is.
Do you have any tips for making this process a little less daunting?
Absolutely. Think of it like a game. Challenge yourself to find creative ways to lower expenses without sacrificing the things you truly value. Can you negotiate a better rate on your internet bill?
Oh,
Swap that pricey gym membership for at-home workouts. Every little bit adds up.
that's a good point. I actually tried zero-based budgeting a while back,
Oh, really?
and it was a real eye-opener.
Oh, cool.
I discovered I was spending way more on takeout coffee than I realized.
Oh, wow.
It was like my own personal budget black hole.
That's a common one.
Yeah.
It's amazing how those small, seemingly insignificant expenses can really drain your bank account if you're not paying attention.
For sure. It definitely made me more mindful of my spending habits.
Good.
Now let's switch gears to a method that's a bit more hands-on,
Okay.
the envelope system.
All right.
It's all about getting back to basics with cash.
This one is great for those who like to see and feel their money. Think of it as a way to gamify your spending and really curb those impulse purchases.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Good.
Walk me through it.
Imagine this. You've got a stack of envelopes, each labeled with a specific spending category. Groceries, entertainment, transportation, whatever makes sense for you. Yeah. At the beginning of the month, you take out cash for each category and stuff it in the corresponding envelope. And here's the rule.
Okay.
Once the cash in that envelope is gone,
Yep.
you're done spending in that category for the month.
Yeah. So if I blow my entire entertainment budget on concert tickets in the first week,
Right.
that's it for fun outings until next month.
That's right.
It definitely sounds like a recipe for mindful spending.
Exactly. There's something about physically handing over those bills that makes you think twice before spending.
Yeah.
It's much harder to overspend when you're dealing with cold, hard cash.
Right.
Plus, there's no worrying about racking up credit card debt or going over budget.
I can see how this method would appeal to people
Yeah,
who are visual and tactile learners.
for sure.
But let's be real. In today's digital world, how practical is it
Oh, right.
to operate solely on cash?
You're right. We are increasingly living in a digital world. But that doesn't mean the envelope system is obsolete.
Okay.
You can adapt the concept for the digital age.
How so?
Some budgeting apps
Oh, interesting.
offer virtual envelopes, allowing you to track your spending by category digitally.
Okay.
Or you could simply create separate checking accounts for different categories and transfer money between them as needed.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's about taking the core principles and making them work for your lifestyle.
Exactly.
Speaking of adapting,
Yeah.
let's talk about a method that's all about making savings a non-negotiable part of your financial routine.
Right.
The pay yourself first method.
This one is a game changer for building long-term financial security. It's about shifting your mindset and treating savings like any other essential bill that needs to be paid. No excuses.
I like that. So instead of waiting until the end of the month and seeing what's left over to save, you're prioritizing savings right from the start.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You decide on a specific amount or percentage of your income that you want to save each month, and then you automate it.
Ooh, I love automating things.
Yeah,
Set up an automatic transfer from your checking to your savings account as soon as you get paid.
that's right. It's
Yeah.
like putting your savings on autopilot. Out of sight, out of mind, and steadily growing. No more relying on willpower to resist the temptation to spend that money.
Exactly. And the best part is you can start small and gradually increase the amount as you get more comfortable. Even setting aside a small amount each month will add up over time thanks to the magic of compound interest.
That's right.
I'm all about automating my finances whenever possible.
Yeah, it makes it so much easier.
It takes the guesswork out of saving and makes it effortless. Now let's talk about a method that's perfect for tech-savvy budgeters who love having all their financial information at their fingertips.
Okay.
App-based budgeting.
This is where budgeting gets a serious upgrade.
Ah,
There's a whole world of apps out there designed to simplify money management
Rob.
and make it, dare I say, even a little bit fun.
It's like having a personal finance assistant right in your pocket.
Exactly.
Let's break down a few of the popular options, just to give our listeners a taste of what's out there.
One of the most popular options is Mint.
Okay, I've heard of that one.
It's a great all-in-one solution that connects to all your bank accounts, credit cards, and investments. It automatically tracks your spending, categorizes transactions, and even sends you personalized alerts to keep you on top of your finances.
So it's like having a constant real-time snapshot of your entire financial picture.
Exactly. Plus, it offers features like bill reminders, budgeting tools, and even credit score monitoring. Another popular option is YMB, which stands for You Need a Budget.
Oh, yeah. I've heard great things about YM. It seems to have a very devoted following.
It does. Y&A takes a proactive approach to budgeting based on the idea that every dollar you earn should have a specific job.
Okay.
You allocate every dollar to a specific category, needs, wants, savings goals, before you even spend it.
It's like giving each dollar a mission, making sure it's working towards your goals.
Precisely. And if you're someone who struggles with impulse purchases,
Mm-hmm.
this method can be really helpful in curbing overspending. Then we have Pocket Guard, which is all about helping you understand how much you can actually spend without derailing your budget.
So it's like having a little financial guardian angel watching over your spending.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It analyzes your income bills, savings goals, and spending patterns to determine your in-my-pocket amount, which represents your guilt-free spending money for the month.
I like it. It takes the guesswork out of figuring out how much you have left to spend
Yeah.
after taking care of your essentials.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And most of these apps also offer features like goal tracking, spending analysis, and even personalized financial insights.
It seems like there's an app out there for every type of budgeter.
Right.
I've tried a few different budgeting apps over the years with varying degrees of success.
Yeah.
Some were amazing, others were a bit overwhelming,
Uh,
but it's definitely worth exploring to see what works best for you.
Absolutely. It's all about finding an app that fits your personal style, financial goals, and tech comfort level. Now let's talk about a method that's perfect for tackling those big expenses that can sneak up on you,
Uh-huh.
the sinking fund method.
This is one of my favorites. It's like the superhero of budgeting methods swooping in to save the day when those unexpected or planned but expensive events come knocking.
It's all about being proactive and planning ahead for those larger expenses that might not fit into your regular monthly budget.
Yeah.
Think vacations, holiday, spending a down payment on a car or house, or even those inevitable car repairs that always seem to happen at the worst possible time.
Oh man, don't get me started on car repairs.
Right.
It's like creating a safety net for your finances,
Mm-hmm.
ensuring you're prepared for those big bills without derailing your entire budget or having to resort to credit card debt.
Exactly. It's about taking control and breaking down those big, scary expenses into manageable chunks.
Okay, I like it.
Let's say you're planning a dream vacation in a year,
Okay,
and you estimate it'll cost you around $3,000.
right,
Instead of panicking about how you're going to come up with that much money all at once,
right.
you create a sinking fund dedicated to that vacation.
So you're basically creating a dedicated savings account just for that trip.
Exactly. And then you break down that $3,000 into smaller monthly savings goals.
Yeah.
In this case, you'd aim to save $250 each month for the next 12 months.
It's much less intimidating to think about saving $250 a month than trying to magically come up with $3,000 all at once.
Right.
It makes achieving those big goals feel much more attainable.
Exactly. Plus, by consistently contributing to your sinking fund, you're building a healthy financial habit of planning ahead and being prepared for those larger expenses.
Okay.
No more last-minute scrambles or relying on credit cards to cover those costs.
It sounds like sinking funds are all about taking the stress out of those big expenses and turning them into manageable milestones.
Absolutely. They give you a sense of control and make reaching those financial goals so much smoother. So as we wrap up our deep dive into budgeting for beginners,
Okay.
remember that there's no one-size-fits-all approach.
Right.
The key is to explore these different methods, experiment a bit, and find what truly clicks for you, your lifestyle, and your financial aspirations.
It's about finding a budgeting style that feels empowering, not restrictive. One that fits seamlessly into your life and helps you reach those goals without feeling deprived.
Exactly. And remember, even small changes can have a big impact over time.
Speaking of small changes, I'm curious what's one tiny step our listeners could take today to kickstart their budgeting journey? Something simple but impactful.
That's a great question. It could be as simple as downloading a budgeting app
Oh, yeah.
that piques your interest in exploring its features.
Okay.
Or maybe setting up an automatic transfer, even if it's just a small amount, to start building that savings habit.
I like it.
Even just taking 15 minutes to jot down your income and expenses
Yeah.
can be incredibly revealing and a powerful first step.
I love those suggestions. It's about taking that initial leap and building momentum from there.
Absolutely. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a victory worth celebrating.
I like that.
It brings you closer to feeling more confident and in control of your finances.
Budgeting isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about making conscious choices with your money and building healthy financial habits that will benefit you for years to come.
Well said. You've got this. We believe in you.
And that's a wrap on our deep dive into budgeting for beginners. Remember, this is just the beginning of your financial journey. Embrace the process, stay curious, and keep learning. You've got this.